start. Okay, so as I said, we started with Power BI, but just the introduction to Power BI. But what we are really working on now is Power Query. So now, not to stress us too much, let me just, don't worry. I think I'm going to be saying this, and I'm going to send this slide to us after the class. Let's just use it for now. So Power Query Editor, are you getting it? Power Query Editor, that's the software that we started using last 2 weeks, right? That was the tool we started using. We said Power Query is a powerful data connection and transformation tool used within Power BI, Excel, and other Microsoft services. So Power Query allows users to import data from various sources, clean and transform it, and then load it into Power BI or Excel for analysis and reporting. So you get it. So we have two tools that we're working with. We have Power Query and also Power BI. Power BI is for visualization, while Power Query is for what? Transformation. So we need to clean up our data. We're going to look at some of the basic cleaning up that we need to do in a data set before we can actually visualize it. Now let's look at some of the features of Power Query here. I said data transformation. So use a user-friendly interface to perform complex data transformations such as filtering rows, grouping data, pivoting and unpivoting columns, merging tables, splitting columns, appending. There are different cleaning that we need to, there are different transformations that we're going to be working with, but they all fall under what one of the features of Power Query, data transformation. Then we also have automate data preparation. So once you define the steps to transform your data, Power Query can automate these steps, ensuring that what our data is always up to date without manual intervention. Then we also have integration with Power BI and Excel. So I think I said this, I'm definitely sure I said this, that Power Query can be found in Excel also. We have Power Query in Excel. We also have it inside Power BI. Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. Hold on. Kesmon, they're always the one reminding me about this thing. Thank you. Open up. Yes. It's fine now, right? Yes. So the last one I said integration with Power BI and Excel. So Power Query is seamlessly integrated with Power BI and Excel, allowing you to load transformed data directly into these tools for further analysis and visualization. So in Excel, we have it under the what tab? Data tab. Yes, we have it under data tab. We're going to see that's where Power Query is inside. So we also have it inside Power BI also, Power Query Editor. So Power Query is seamlessly integrated with what? Power BI and Excel. So let's look at what data cleaning is. Okay, using Power Query in Power BI. Yes. Okay, the first step says in Power BI desktop, you can open Power Query Editor by clicking on Transform tab from the Home tab. So these are just the steps to opening up the Power Query itself. But the other step is to what? Using the Get Data feature. Once we click on the Get Data feature in Power BI, we click on the data source that we want to use, then we click on what? Transform data. You can see that we still have it under here also, transform data. So we connect to our data source, we transform your data. Then, okay, I think let's look at this this fourth step. It said applied steps. They said each, okay, let me come back a bit. Step 3, they said use the Power Query Editor interface to apply transformations to your data. So common transformations include filtering rows, removing duplicates, changing data types, splitting columns, merging queries, and different ones. I think the next slide is talking about some of the transformation we're going to be doing. So these are some of the common ones that we're going to be working with: filtering rows, removing duplicates, changing data types, splitting columns, merging queries, and so on. You now have applied steps. I said this also. I said each transformation step is recorded in the applied steps pane, allowing you to see the sequence of transformations and make changes if necessary. I told you we don't do Ctrl+Z here. What you do here is what? You have all your steps, whatever cleaning up you are doing, whatever step you are going towards transforming your data is always going to be stored in the applied steps pane. So if you want to come back or you want to change what you just did, all you have to do is just go back to the applied steps pane and then what? Change what you're trying to do. Are you getting it? Then we now have close and apply. So once we are done with our cleaning of once we are done with our cleaning, how do we now take it back into Power BI? Then we now use close and apply. Are you getting it? It said once you have completed your data transformations, you click close and apply to load the transformed data into Power BI. But if we are bringing it from, let's assume it was cleaned up from Excel, we just want to visualize it in Power BI. We don't need to go through the steps of transforming data. Once we get to that navigator aspect, just click on load it into the Power BI straight up. But if we are going through Power Query in Power BI, we need to go through what? Transform data. Once we are through, we then click on what? Close and apply. Now let's go on. So we have data cleaning. So these are data cleaning that we're going to be doing. These are data cleaning we're going to be doing. They said changing data types in Power Query. So they said each column in Power Query has a data type. Somebody gave us the definition of data type. I think that was our last class. Said that, it controls how our data is stored. It ensures that how our data is interpreted correctly. So each column in Power Query has a data type, and we have the umbrella names like text, number. Yes, we can skip using Excel. If you have if your data set is in Excel, are you getting it? If your data set is in Excel and you're trying to visualize, Power BI is that's the main tool for visualizing. So if we can do the cleanup in Excel, we can also do it in Power Query also. But we can totally skip Excel. Yes, we can totally skip using Excel. So let me go on. So they said, oh God. So they said every column in Power Query has a data type, such as text, number, date, time, or Boolean. That's the true and false. They said changing data types ensures that our data is interpreted correctly, e.g., numbers used for calculations or dates for filtering. This was the one thing that we did in our last class, making sure our each column has the correct data type. If a column containing numeric values is stored as a text data type, that particular column, we cannot do anything called average. We can't do calculations called average in it. We can't do calculations called sum. We can't do max. We can't do mean. We can't do anything. The only thing we can do there is we can only count, or we are looking up. And in a column containing numeric values, we basically need it for calculations. So ensuring that our column, each column that we have in our data set is having the correct data type, it will ensure that our data is interpreted correctly. So a column containing number should have a number data type. A column containing strings should have a text data type. A column containing date should have a date data type. Are you getting it? That's one. Then we now have keeping and removing rows and columns. They said Power Query allows us to clean up our data by keeping only the necessary rows and columns and removing the rest. Yes, we did this also last week. Keeping only the necessary rows and columns and removing the rest. And I think the one cleaning up we did, that removing the columns, that one was just, both of them were empty. That was one. So keeping and removing rows and columns. So we just need to check which columns or which rows are necessary to our data set. We keep them, and those ones that are not necessary, we remove. Another step. Then we now have formatting text in Power Query. All this that I'm telling you now, once we start using it now, I want to make sure we are all on the same page so that I won't be introducing something new to us. So we have another step is called what? Formatting text in Power Query. Formatting text in Power Query. So formatting text ensures consistency in our data, such as what? Correcting capitalization, removing extra spaces, or extracting parts of text. So now, a data set doesn't necessarily contain just numbers and dates. We have strings, we have characters like our names, the countries, the gender, the addresses, the email address. They are all strings. So we need to clean those ones up also. So look at some of the cleaning up we need to do here. They said correcting capitalization. Yes. In a column that is supposed to contain countries that countries of customers, or let me just use that. In a column that's supposed to contain countries. Are you getting it? The first one is having Nigeria. And Nigeria, the first Nigeria is starting with a capital letter. Then the next person is also from Nigeria. That one is now starting with the what? With a lowercase. In Power Query, it is seeing it as two different countries. Whereas they're the same thing. One is starting with a what? A capital letter. While the other one is starting with a what? With a small letter. But they are both Nigerian. In Power Query, we need to make sure, or in data cleaning, we need to make sure what? We need to standardize the cases to make sure they are what? They are all the same thing. So when we're using it, either everything is starting with a capital letter or everything starting with a what? With a small letter. So that they are all going to be what? Standardized. That's one. Removing extra spaces or extracting part of text. Removing spaces. Remember we did it in Excel. That was called, which formula was it? Trim, yes. Removing extra spaces from characters. We can also do that also in formatting text in Power Query. Removing what? Extra spaces. Removing unseen characters that we cannot see. Like all these tabs, we can't see it. So we can use what? We can also clean those ones also in Power Query. Extracting part of text, yes. You want to split your columns into two. You want to merge your columns into two. You want to extract these characters. They are all part of what? Formatting text in Power Query. They fall under that part also. Then we now have dealing with number columns. Yes, we said number columns often need cleaning, transformation, or aggregation, e.g., rounding, summing, or calculating percentages. We all know what these number columns are talking about. What are those things that we need to do inside a column containing numeric values? The either is missing, we need to fill down, we need to fill up, we need to replace those missing numbers with what? With the average numbers or the mean numbers, right? Dealing with number columns. We also have different things. Now, dealing with date and time. Yes. Now, this one is I'm not going to speak specifically on this, but I don't want to put much let me just say it. So wait, let me come back. Dealing with date and time columns. Said date and time columns can be split, grouped, or formatted for time-based analysis. Yes. So in a column that is supposed to contain date, a column that is supposed to contain date, and the data type is not in date, that particular data type, that particular column, we can't extract, we won't be able to do time-based analysis, that's sales by year, sales by month, sales per week, or anything like that. Anything concerning dates, if that particular data type is not correct, you won't be able to do all that stuff. Are you getting it? So we need to, everything still falls under data types. It still falls under what? Data types. We need to make sure what our data types are correct. So not to go too far, let's just hang here and then go to Power Query so that we're going to practicalize everything that you just did here. Mm. Since my network is unstable, let me share back, please. Sorry about that. Share. Sorry. Okay. So now, as I said, we're going to stop here for now. So let us go back to Power Query and then try to practicalize this data cleaning that we just did here. Are you getting it? So the first step is to open up your Power BI. Open your Power BI desktop. Open up our Power BI desktop. So let me cancel out this. Let me cancel this out. Cancel. So this shouldn't be new to us. This interface I was seeing shouldn't be new to us. I'm going to come here to my get data feature. Are you getting it? Get data feature. So Excel, we should actually work with okay. Hold on, let's load up. Let's load up. So get data feature. Then we're going to bring in our data set. We're going to bring in our data set. Let's use the last one we did. We used the one we did last week. I gave these ones to my students on Thursday or Wednesday or so to clean up. Where is this data set? Hold on, please. Let's use the last one we used. What we did that last 2 weeks wasn't really much of data cleaning. That's why I wasn't able to give us a data set to work with, because the changing data type is very easy. Removing columns is very easy. I've not only gone far into Power Query, but I hope we're able to do much today so we can get the data set to clean up. So let's wait for it to establish a connection. Just establish a connection. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. So in this navigator aspect, we pick the sheet or the table that we want to work with. Don't forget, I've said this in the first class. So in navigator aspect, you pick the data set or the sheet that you want to work with, then you transform. Yes. So this became this 4. Yes. So I pick the 4, then transform data. Transform Power Query. If I click on load, it will have taken us to, it will have brought us back here to Power BI. We are going to Power Query first. Madam. Okay. All right. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cancel out, or let's do it on other sheets. Other sheet. This other sheet here. So I'm going to cancel out these steps. This automatic one that is doing for me. The change type and the promoted headers. I'm going to cancel it out. So change type, cancel. Promoted headers, cancel. I send. So now look at this data set. We don't have column headers. Column 1, column 2, 3, 4, 5. But we have them in row 1. If you don't have, if a data set doesn't have headings, you can always come back here and rename it. But my column or my data set does have headers. So I'm going to what? I'm going to promote my first row as my headers, since that's the first thing I'm seeing here. Since that's the first thing I'm seeing, I'm going to what? Promote my first row as my headers. A table should be in rows and columns. As tables, yes. Your data set must be in tables for Power BI to be able to bring it in. Yes. So use first row as headers. The data sets should be in rows and columns. So use first row as headers or you promote. Okay. So immediately it changed the type forms. I'm going to cancel it out and do it myself to change type. So now if you look at it, my types are in what? ABC123, ABC123 for every one of them. So now I told us 2 ways of doing it the last time. Is either we are doing it by ourselves, that we're doing it manually, by clicking on the ABC123 and then picking the data type that you want to work with. Or we can tell Power Query to detect the data type by itself. Are you getting it? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to highlight the 5 columns. I'm going to hold down my shift and then pick the entire data set like this. I see it. Then I'll come here to transform tab. From transform tab, I'm going to what? Click on detect data type. I see it. Automatically detect the data type of this column that I just selected for you. So detect it. So you can see it in my column containing order ID. I have numeric values 1, 2, 3. In my column containing customer ID, I have them as what 1, 2, 3. So that's because what we have in this column is what numeric values. Then for the date, we have it as what something like a calendar or something. We have it here, and then for the product ID, we have it as what ABC. Then we also have the quantity also. We have it as what as 1, 2, 3. This is the first step. Are you getting it? Changing of data types. Now, the reason why this graph thing is on is just to give me a preview of what is in my data set. Are you getting me? Just to give me a preview of what is in my data set to see if I have if I have empty spaces inside of it, or if I have errors inside of it. Are you getting it? That's why I'm putting it on. So just give me a preview of what is inside, what I'm to expect inside each of the columns. So I think don't let me go too far. Let me just look at what we have. Okay, so I've changed data type. I've changed data type like this. Now let's go to removing columns. Yes. So they said keeping columns and rows. We need to check what columns and rows are actually necessary to our data set. Are you getting it? We check, because if you look at what we have in our slide here, they said Power Query allows us to clean up our data by keeping only the necessary rows and columns and removing the rest. Yes. So based on what we have here, we don't have any unnecessary columns. Our order ID, customer ID, order date, product ID, quantity, they are all needed. Are you seeing it? We don't have any unnecessary column here, but we do have one inside the product sheet. We do have one inside the product sheet. So for here, we have it as product ID, selling price, cost price, but we have column 2, column 4, and column 5. Okay. Philemon, look at it. I think we have nothing. We can come to the home tab. On the home tab space, I seen it. If you see the transform ribbon, you will see the use first row as headers. I seen it. You will see it here, use first. So it will automatically look for your first row and promote them as what? As your headers. That's if your first row contains what? Contains your headers. Yes. I was going to come back to that. This is it. Why should order ID be 1, 2, 3 data type instead of text? That's because the content, we automatically detected, Power Query detected the data type by itself. Are you getting it? Now, the content of order ID is numbers. What we have inside are what? Are numbers. But since order ID is not a column that is not it's not something we're going to be visualizing as get me the total. We're not doing something like sum or average inside this particular column. So this particular column can take text also as a data type. It can also take numbers. If we have it in text, we know that, okay, that one now, we are most definitely not doing anything called sum, average, max, percentage inside that order, inside that column. Are you getting it? That's as it is presently. That's in the 1, 2, 3 data type. Are you seeing it? But no, sorry. If I change this column, this order ID column to text, that's the ABC, then I know that what? I'm not going to be doing anything aggregation inside that column. But it's still fine, because that particular column is not anything that needs to, we're not adding it up, we're not getting the average, we're not getting the percentage. All we have to do here is we're just counting. So this particular order ID can take 1, 2, 3 as a data type. It can also take ABC. It doesn't really matter. It's an ID. So we can either change it to ABC or we can change it to 1, 2, 3. But since we told Power Query to detect it by itself, what it saw was what? Numbers. It's seeing the content as what? As numbers. So that's why it is picking it as what? As 1, 2, 3. So it can be in ABC also. So now, let me come back. Now, as I said, we have checked here. We don't have any unnecessary columns, right? There's no unnecessary columns here. But we do have one inside the product sheet. You can see it. We have it as what? Column 4 and column 5. We don't have anything inside of it. If you check out the filter button also, what we have here is just what? Just null. If there was something inside, there was a number, you'll have seen it in the filter button here, but we don't have. So we can what? Remove these 2 columns. I'm going to highlight the 2 of them, the 2 unnecessary columns, right click and then tell it to what? Remove columns. They are removed. I see it. Now I have what? I have a step here that says what? Removed columns. Now, let's look at this. In this product sheet now, do we have any unnecessary rows? Rows are what? Row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. I seen it. But if you look at this data set is very, very short and very, very simple. We don't have anything that we can remove here. But we do have one in the other sheet. We do have one in the other sheet called what? If you look at it, we have empty, a 1% empty. We have it here. I seen it. But before we can remove it, we need to check what that empty is talking about. We don't just remove. If you say cleaning up, we don't just remove. Even if your data set has duplicate, you need to check what that duplicate is before you can remove it. So now we can see we have one empty. Now, how do we see that empty? Let me come back to my home tab. Now, because it's a row, it's not a column. It is not an entire column. We have it as row, or a cell rather. I seen it. We can tell it that what we want to keep empty cells or want to keep empty rows. That means we want to see exactly what that empty is talking about. If it's something that we need to replace values with, we replace. If something that we need to remove, we remove. Something that we need to group, we just need to check first. I seen it. So we'll come here to one. Now I'm back here in my home tab. I'm back in my home tab. Then I'm coming here to what? Keep rows. I seen it. I'm coming here to what? Keep rows. It said choose the rows you want to keep. So keep rows. Then we have, is there duplicate? There's no duplicate here. Okay. All right, let's do it like this. Let's come to the filter button here. Since we cannot keep empty, we can't keep empty there. Let's come to the filter button. We have it as null. The empty is replaced as, or the empty is represented as null. Are you seeing it? So now we know what this filter is. Filter is used for what? Selective analysis. So now for the moment, I want to see what that null value is talking about. Are you getting me? I want to see what that null value is talking about. So I'm going to unselect the data set first, or I'm going to unselect the entire column, then click on only null. Let me see just the null. Then I'm going to click on OK. Now you can see it. I have an entire row that is empty. I have what? An entire row that is empty. Null here, null here, null here, null here, null here. Now, what does this actually mean? This means there's nothing inside that data set. If there was something, probably just the order ID was filled out. Just the order ID was filled out, or just the customer ID was filled out. Then that one now says that what? Okay, this value or this particular row was kept. Or probably the person that was filling it out didn't fill this particular row. But here now, there's nothing that is identifying this particular empty row. So we can what? Remove it. I seen it. So I'm removing this unnecessary row from this data set here. I seen it. So now how do I come back? I'm going to cancel out these filtered rows here. So my data set is going to come back to the original part. So cancel out. Are you seeing it? I'm going to come here to my filter button back. Then I can either do it from here, remove empty, or I'm going to uncheck this null from where it is here. So remove it out. But let me use the remove empty. So remove empty row. Now my data set is back. Are you seeing it? My data set is back. I have what? A valid 100%. Are you getting it? So now, I don't know, I'm not sure if I actually explained this in the last class, but we have something that is called distinct and unique. Did I explain this in the last class? Did I? Think I did. Distinct and unique values. I did, right? Okay. Can somebody explain? Can somebody tell me what it means? Anybody? Just signify so that I can just unmute you so you can just explain it to us. Because for type is going to be stressful. Who can explain so I can unmute the person? Who wants to explain? Nobody. Okay, Etim said he's raising hands. Okay, let's see. Edet was the first. So Edet, kindly unmute.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, good evening, good evening.
So, distinct means those data are unique. They don't have a repetition, no duplication. So then the unique ones are those that are being duplicated.
I'm going to give you a 6.5. You explained about 6.5. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Who else? Nobody else. Okay. Favor. All right. Unmute.
So the distinct is just like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. I'm not hearing you again. Favor.
Those are distinct numbers.
I
Why?
didn't even grab it. Can you come back, please?
Okay, let me try. Distinct numbers is the numbers that are just on their own. They don't have any just like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are standing on their own. Why the unique numbers is that they don't have, maybe for example, 1 does not have it appearing more than once. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you
what I
very
have to
much.
say.
That's how you understand it. It's fine. Thank you very much. Okay. Mellitus, don't just okay. Let me just just last person. You can mute.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
When we talk about distinct, we are talking about the function that is used to return one column in a table.
Distinct or unique?
Unique means there is no duplicate.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for your responses, everybody. Okay, so now let me just, for people that still didn't get it. So I said distinct values, they are unique values in a data set, meaning there are no duplicate values. Let me talk about distinct. They mean the same thing actually. They are more like the same thing. But distinct, we're talking about the total number of numbers that I have inside that data set. While unique is talking about no duplicate entries. So Favor said it. Favor is more like distinct are like just I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 values inside that place, right? But unique values, they are also 5, meaning those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they are not duplicated. I get it. So the reason why I came back to this was because we have, and told you, a data set or a table should have something with what we call a primary key. A table should have what? A primary key. And a primary key automatically shouldn't have duplicates, and it should not be empty. Are you getting it? Now, in a column here, yes, the amount of entries, why unique is what? Non-duplicate values. Thank you, Philemon. So now if you look at this data set here now, this order ID is uniquely identifying each transaction that was made here. Are you getting it? Now, the way we put on this column quality, in a column that's supposed to be a primary key, the distinct value and the unique value must be the same number. They must be the same. That meaning a primary key shouldn't have what? Duplicate, and it shouldn't be empty. That means I shouldn't have empty values. I shouldn't have empty cells in a column that's supposed to be my primary key, and they shouldn't be what? Duplicate. Meaning what? My distinct values and my unique values must be the same thing. So now, if by any chance there are now duplicate values in a column that's supposed to be my primary key, there are duplicate entries inside of it. Now, there are different ways also to doing that. We're not going deep into that one today. That one is a bit tricky. I'm just telling you that you should expect, it's not that every data set, when we say data cleaning, you should expect errors inside of it, right? Now, in a column that's supposed to be a primary key, that is supposed to be distinct, and we are seeing duplicate entries inside of it. Now, how do we manage those kind of, those particular aspects? We're going to get to that one too. But let's just keep it in mind that not all primary keys or not all data sets we have their primary keys as unique. Look at it now. In a data set, let's say in a sales data set like this one now, in a sales data set like this one, what particular column is identifying each transaction? In a data set that is about academics, what particular key is identifying each and every row in that data set? In a column that is supposed, a data set that is supposed to be about office space, that is supposed to be about businesses, we are going to have always going to have what? A column that is called what? Order ID, like an ID that is identifying what? Each transaction, that is identifying each record you will surely have. If we don't have, we can always generate it ourselves. If you look at this particular data set now before, if you remember when we were using lookup values or lookup functions in Excel, VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, we had to identify what our lookup values was, where we are actually bringing them from. Those lookup values, they are what we call our primary keys. Are you getting it? In a table, you will always have. If you look at this data set here, this customer table, this customer table here, let me just tell you, this customer table here, the full name can be used as a primary key. Why? If you check it out, and there are no duplicate entries, this Cornelius Kujawa is talking about this particular person here. This Patricia here is about this particular person. So we can use the full name column as a primary key. You can also use the customer ID as a primary key, meaning this 10001 here is identifying this Cornelius Kujawa's information. If I go deep into this primary key and everything, we're going to take a lot of time. Okay, assignment one. We're going to meet tomorrow. Who is the class captain? We don't have a class captain, but let me just type it out. After I'm moving the yes. If you don't have, we can generate one. Assignments. Let me just type it out in the comment section. Write a short note. Write a short note on primary keys and foreign keys. Yes. Okay. Where was I? So assignment one, let us write a short note on. Let us read on it very well. I'm going to have us again tomorrow. So now if you look at it now, we now have a clean data set here. We have the 500 distinct values and 500 unique values. Are you seeing it? Now, if you come to customer table, are you seeing it? I told you that there are two. You can use two columns here as our primary key. You can either use the full name or we use what? The customer ID, right? Now we need to check. The first error here is that if you look at the distribution, we have 150 distinct values and 149 unique, meaning there's a duplicate value inside there. That's why this graph thing is actually very useful. If you look at it, it's telling me that what in a column that is supposed to be my primary key. If you look at it here, I have what 150 distinct values and I have what 149 unique values, meaning there's a duplicate entry inside the data set. Now, how do we check? How do we actually see those duplicate values? We'll come here to the keep rows. Keep rows. You see it? I'm still on my home tab. Keep rows. Then you see keep duplicate, meaning keep those duplicate values that you can find. Keep it for me. Let me see it. So keep duplicate. Now, if you look at what it kept, I have Charles Asensio, male, customer ID, Rome, Italy. I have the same thing also in the second one. Now, if you look at it now, this particular situation now is one that what I can delete. I'm not going to be keeping anyone because these two rows are talking about what the same thing. There are no difference inside of it. The name, the gender, the customer ID, the city, the country, they are both the same thing. I see it. So now this one is what something I can remove duplicate for. I can say that remove the duplicate values inside this data set here. I'm going to cancel out this kept duplicate. I'm going to highlight my customer ID. Highlight the primary key. If you should remove duplicate from gender, you know you're going to be having what? Just two data sets. You're going to be having two records, just male and female. So I want to remove duplicate from this customer ID. So I have to highlight what I want to remove duplicate from the customer ID column. Now I'm going to come here to remove rows, then remove duplicates. So now duplicate entries has been removed. So if I should come here to keep rows, and I tell you that what? Keep duplicates for me. You can see it. It is empty. There are no duplicate values inside the data set any longer. Are you seeing it? But let me just cancel out this step. So now I've removed the what? I've removed the duplicate values. So we're going to do this for every, if you have like 10 tables, we're going to do it for every table. Do we have duplicate values here? What do they mean? What are you talking about? Do I need to remove? Do I need to replace? You need to check every one of them. There is no shortcut to it. You have to check every one of them. So let me see what we have next in our cleaning up. Okay, yes, we now have formatting text in Power Query. Now let us talk about what? Those texts that we need to what? Clean up. We said correcting what? Capitalization. Correcting capitalization. So now, okay, wait. Pardon me. Let me bring in a new data set first. I need to bring in a new data set. I don't know if I have I don't know if I have cleaning up to do here. No, let me do it. Let me use this one. Dummy retail data set. Yes. Open. I think we have cleaning up to do inside the data set. Don't let us stick to one data set. We have different ones. So don't worry, I'm going to send everything after class. So for this, I only have just one sheet. Just one sheet. Just this one here. I see just this one. I'm going to bring in just this one sheet. So sheet, then okay. So let it come into Power Query. Okay. DLF is coming. It's dirty. I love it. Okay. So now look at this order ID. For the person that asked, how can we identify it? If you look at this data set, what do you think our primary key is going to be? If you look at this data set here, look at this data set very well. Order ID, the date, the customer name, the region, product category, product name, quantity, unit price, total sales, discount, payment method. What do you think our primary key is going to be? The order ID. I think you always have it. And if you don't have, you generate yourself. So now if you look at this or name, you can actually use the name. In a situation where the names are unique, yes, we can. But in this situation, we can't. If you look at it, Ali Khan is repeated, Ali Khan is repeated, Ali Khan is repeated, Ali Khan is repeated. We can't. But in this particular data set, the order ID is the primary key. But that's not where we're actually going to. Let's look at this. If you look at this date column, look at this date column here. Look at this. The data type here is in date. Are you seeing it? If I should come here and I change it to date, I'm going to have error. I'm going to have error in some of them. Yes, replace the current. Oh no, add new step, please. So I can cancel out. Add new step. You can see it. I had errors inside. You guys should hold this, please. Just hold this one. We have not actually gotten to the date data type. Have we? That's the last part. I've not gotten it. So you can look at. It's not every time. This thing is actually very straightforward. Just changing a data type. You can see now I'm having error. But as I said, that's not where we're going to. I want to talk about text. Text, text, text. Now, if you come here to this region column, if you come here to the region column, if I click on this filter button here, look at what I have. I have East. I have another East. Look at this East here. This East is having a capital letter as the starter. Capital letter E followed by what? Small letter A, S, and T. Are you seeing it? Then if you look at this second East, they are all in what? In uppercase. Capital letter E, A, S, T. Can you see it? Now, if you look at this now, they are both the same thing. The East, they are talking about the same thing. But because they are not standardized, the capitalization is not what? It's not the same thing. Power Query is seeing it as what? As two different regions. Are you seeing it? Now let's continue. North, we only have one north. Okay, that one is okay. Now look at this northeast also. We have north, then hyphen, then east. They also have another northeast also that doesn't have any delimiter in between it. Power Query is seeing it as what? As two different regions. Same thing for this south also. The first one is starting with the what? With a small letter. Why the next one starting with what? With a capital letter. Now, this is one thing that because if we should take this particular data set into Power BI now, we're going to be having different things because what? It is not clean enough. Are you getting it? So we need to make sure they are all the same thing. Are you getting me? We need to make sure what? They are all the same thing. Now, the first step is to what? We need to make sure the capitalization or the cases are what? They are all the same thing. So let us cancel out. So I'm going to come here to this. I'm highlighting the region column. I see it. I'm highlighting the region column. I'm coming here to my transform tab. The transform tab. I see it. Transform. Or no, let us do it on the add column. Now, if you look at these two tabs, if you look at this tab here, this transform tab, I have, if you look at, we have here that is called what? The text column. In this text column, we have everything that we need to do concerning anything string or something like that. I see it under this text column. But if you come here to the add column also, we also have text column tab that is also standing alone. I see it. But the difference between these two is that transform tab is going to do your transformation directly inside this column. The transform tab, if you are doing anything inside the transform tab, it's going to do it directly inside this column for you. But if we're doing it under the add column tab, that one is going to open up a new column and do that transformation for us in that new column. You should get what I'm saying. If I should transform this column now, if I should do anything to this column under the transform tab, I'm going to get my results immediately inside this column. But if I'm doing it under the add column tab, it's going to open up a new column for me and then do that same transformation in that new column. Are you getting it? So let us do it under the new add column. So we're going to see the difference between the two. Are you getting it? Now I want to change the cases inside there. The first one is East, I think. Let's call it, yes, East. So we need to choose. Is everything going to fall under proper case, or everything is going to fall under the upper case? So let us choose. I'm highlighting the region column. I see it. I've highlighted the region column. Then you come here to format. I'm not extracting. I want to format what? My column. Are you getting it? I'm going to come down to this format. You can see it. I have what? Lowercase. I have uppercase. I also have what? Capitalize each word. So I'm either choosing. Am I using uppercase for everything? Or am I using uppercase for everything? Or am I using what? Capitalization. We need to choose. But we need to use it as a what? As a proper case. I'm going to use what? Capitalize each word. So everything should be what? Everything should have what? The first letter should be what? Capitalized. So I'm going to use what? Capitalize each word. So now if you look at this, let me just show you the one I noticed very fast. Look at this second one that says south. This second row that says what? South. If you look at it, I have what? S. That's starting with what? A capital letter. Now if you look at the region, the original region that we have here, look at this south. It's starting with what? With a small letter. Are you seeing it? Now if you come here to this new one that we just did here, and I'm clicking on this filter button, now I don't have 2 East. Are you seeing it? Now I don't have what? 2 East. Just one. Because what I told you that what? I want to start with what? With a capital letter. But we still have something else to do. Our northeast is still not the same thing. Look at it. North, then hyphen, then east, then north. Nothing else here. Are you seeing it? That's another thing that we also need to what? Check out. Please, are we together? Are you feeling what I'm doing in this text formatting? Holy Philemon, are we following this text formatting, or I should come back? Okay, all right. So let's just continue then. So now we have done one. We have been able to change what? The cases of both east and south. This east, we now have just one. This south also, we now have one. But we now still have what? The northeast that we need to change. Now let's come back in. Now that one, is it that everything is having an hyphen, or everything is joined together as the second one? Is it that I'm having it as what? North hyphen east, or I'm having it as what? Northeast together. Are you getting it? I can do it in different ways. So now Since I've identified what I want to replace, I've identified what I want to actually change, I can use the replace value option. Are you getting me? I've identified what I want to replace. I want to replace this northeast that doesn't have anything in between to this one. Are you getting it? I can replace the values. Are we together? So now let's come in. This is how we're going to do that one. That one falls under the home tab. Don't let these tabs confuse you. We have one in the home tab. We also have one in the transform tab also, yes. See, we have replace values here. We also have it here also. Replace values. The same thing. Are you getting it? So I'm going to replace values. So now, come up. Yes. So in the replace values, look at it. It says replace one value with another in the selected columns. I've selected the column I want to replace a value with. So now, what value is it actually looking for? I want it to help me look out north east that is written like this without anything in between. I seen it. I want it to help me look out the northeast that is written like this. Then it should replace it with north hyphen then east. I seen it. It should help me find the northeast that doesn't have any hyphen in between. Then it should replace it with what? North hyphen east. Then I'll click on OK. So now let's go. Yes. Now let's come here now to the filter button. Where did you do it? Oh. Mistake. Let me cancel it out. I don't want to do it in this old one. I want to do it in the new one with that add column that I did for us. This new one then. Yes. So I want to do it here. This last column that it opened up for me. So yes, replace values here. I'm going to repeat it out. North east. Find this value and then replace it with this one. Hyphen east. Yes. Then OK. It has been replaced. Now let us check our filter button. Now look at it, standardized. We have one east, we have one north, we have one northeast, we have one south, and we also have what? Just one west. Are you seeing it? Now I've been able to do what? Standardizing inside this place. The cases, make sure what? They are aligned. One east, one north, one south, one west, and also what? One northeast. Let me cancel it out. Let me see which other one can we do here. Okay, let's check. Let us check each column. Let's check each column. Customer's name. One Ali Khan, one Emily Davis, one Jane Smith, John Doe, Maria Garcia. I seen it. But if you look at it, the names. A name is a proper, it's a proper noun. It should always start with a capital letter. Are you getting it? So what we can do here is what? We can change the cases also. We said that what? Capitalize each word. So each Emily, each Jane should start with what? With a capital letter. Are you getting it? This one doesn't really have an effect. I'm just trying to what? Make sure my data set is actually very clean. Making sure that what? In the names is starting with a capital letter. So I'm going to just cancel this one out. So transform, transform, then format, then capitalize each word. You can see, so if I come here to my filter button back here now, all of them are all capitalized. Emily, Jane, and Smith, they all have what? Capital letters beginning with them. So I've done this one. The region also, we have done it in that one. That's the last column. So we don't need to do it here again. We've cleaned this one up here. So let's come here to the product category. Clothing, electronics, furniture, groceries. We don't have anything here to do. Cancel. Come here to the product name also. We check it out. Apples, bookshelf, bread, chair, couch. We check through. Okay, nothing else to do here. I seen it. So we need to check. Do we need to change the cases of this one? Do we need to do anything? Just check your data set for errors. Now, another thing in a text column is removing unnecessary spaces. Removing what? Unnecessary spaces. Now, those spaces, either you are seeing it yourself Is either you are seeing it plainly from a data set or it can be seen. What if you check, because if you don't do it like that, you might end up with a wrong data set. So we need to check, yes. Manually, you will check manually. There's no shortcut for a data set. And since we have cleaned up that one, we can always delete this one. Edit, do you get it? Since we have cleaned up that one, we can delete this one. We are not working with it again. I get it. We can delete it. I was going to say something now. Okay, yes. I was talking about trimming. Yes. Removing unnecessary spaces. I said those spaces, is it that we are seeing it ourselves? Is it that we are seeing this unnecessary spaces ourselves? Or it can be seen? They're either of those two. Either we are seeing those spaces or we are not. So now to avoid those errors, just tell your data set, just tell Power Query to trim that data set for you. Are you getting it? Trim the data set. Are you getting it? Or trim the column. Remember, if you tell it that I want to trim a column that is containing number, the data type is already a number, you're going to be having error, or it's going to return your data type back to a text. Don't let me confuse you. This is it. Numbers are automatically stored to the right hand side of our cells. Numbers, they are always stored to the right hand side of our text, of our cells rather, while text, characters, they are always stored what? To the left hand side. So normally a number is going to be having what? Spaces in front of it. We don't actually call it unnecessary. We call it leading spaces. That means spaces that are coming before our characters, or spaces that are coming before what? Before our text. Are you getting it? We call it leading spaces. So numbers, they already have leading spaces in them. Are you getting it? If you look at it, there are spaces before this 101 was written. Are you getting it? So if I tell you that what I want to trim this particular column, it's going to remove these spaces and then align my characters to the left hand side, meaning what is now seeing this character what as a text. So now those ones that we need to actually trim are the ones that are what? That are actually text. The ones that the data type are what? Are ABC itself. Are you getting it? The ones that are what? ABC itself. Now those ones are the ones that shouldn't have both leading spaces and trailing spaces. Our text, that's like this product 8, product 1, product 10. Something like our names, the gender, the city, the countries. We shouldn't have what? Leading spaces, and we shouldn't have what? Trailing spaces in them. That means spaces that are coming before them and after them, which is what trimming is removing. Leading and what? And trailing spaces. But I like to call them unnecessary because we don't actually need them in data set. They're just coming with what? With data sets. Are you getting it? So now we have them also under the text column. Under the text column, we have it under the format. Now there are two, the trim and the clean. The trim is used for what? It removes what? Leading and trailing white spaces from each cell in the selected columns. The trim, I get it, which is what we did inside Excel. Remove what? Spaces, be it in the front, be it at the back. But the ones it's not going to remove is the what? The ones that are in between words. It doesn't remove those ones. It's just the ones leading it and the ones that are trailing behind. We now also have clean. Now, this one is used for removing non-printable character. When you say non-printable, that means those ones that we cannot see. The characters that what? That we can't see. Something like if you use tab, if you press tab is also like space also. But we won't be able to see it unless if you tell it that what we want to clean. That's when you're not going to know that, oh, I have a character here that can be printed, that those characters that we cannot see. And most likely they actually come with your data set. Something like if you're importing the data from, let's say, like a folder, no, not folder, like a notebook, all these CSV files, they come with some unnecessary characters with them. And those characters are not really needed in our columns. So clean is going to remove those characters that we don't need. While trim is going to what? Remove those spaces before and after. But to be on the safe side, the first thing is to what? Trim your column first, then clean. Are you getting it? You trim and then clean. If you don't have unnecessary spaces, clean is just going to, it's not going to do anything for you. So you what? You trim your column, and you also what? You clean the column also. There is what? Removing characters in from our columns. I'm going to just come here. Let me just practicalize on this. Okay, let me come here to my sheet. The one I actually have something that is dirty. So let me come here. Do I actually have something I can clean here? Okay. Okay, let's just work with product name then. Just highlight the column I want to remove from. Come here to your format. Then tell it to what? Trim. It has been trimmed. Are you getting it? But we don't know what you trimmed. We don't even know if there were spaces. But us to be on the safe side, but trimmed it. Then you can also do what? You can also tell it to what? Clean also. Just to be on the safe side. Yes. Then we also have prefix and suffix. Now these ones are optional. You want to add what? Characters before the content in your columns. That's when you use what? Prefix. While suffix, you want to add what? Characters after your columns. And it's actually, it can be anything. It can be what? It can be anything. You want to add prefix, you want to add something before your characters. So there's something like, let us use this. Let's use it as an example. If I say, okay, add prefix. You tell me what character or what value do I want to add. Let me just use MIS. MIS. Are you seeing it? If I should do MIS, then I click on OK. You can see it. I now have MIS added to what? To every character in my column. You can see it. MIS is added to everything. Are you seeing it? Now, let's assume I now want to add MIS, then hyphen. I want to separate the two. Now, I don't need to cancel this step here. Are you getting it? I don't need to cancel this step. If you come here to applied steps, if this step here that we say each transformation step is recorded in the applied steps pane, allowing you to see the sequence of transformations and make changes if necessary. So if you need to make change to what you just did, you don't need to cancel out. If you have this button that looks like settings button, if you click on it, it will take you back to what you just did. Are you getting it? You just come here and just tell it that what, okay, for this MIS, add hyphen to it, then okay. Then it will still be under that step, but you have done what? You have done something else to it. I see now, and I have what? MIS added to what? To my character. I see, and I have MIS added to my character. So now for this one is prefix, right? Yes. For suffix also, you come back here. What character do you want to add to the end of your value? If I want to start with, let me just put MENT. MENT. I'm going to click on OK. Then I have MENT added to everything. Same thing also, if I want to add something else to it, I don't need to cancel. I'm just going to come back to this settings button. Then I'm going to just put hyphen in front of it. Then OK. You can see it now. And I have MIS hyphen. Then my main value standing alone. Then I also have hyphen. Then also what? A suffix after it. I seen it. So I've been able to what? Add prefix and suffix to what we have to our column. Then we also have from extracting. Yes, extracting part of text. That was what we did in Excel. I like taking us back to what we've done. We have it as left, we have it as right, we have it as text before, text after, we have it as text to column. Those particular things we did in Excel, yes, we can also do them here also. Are you getting it? They fall under what? The text column. Remember, even in Excel, they all fall under what? The text functions. So we want to extract characters either from the beginning or from the end or from the middle. We want to extract just something from a data set. Yes, we can do it here also. They all fall under what? The text column tab. So now we're not working with format any longer. I seen it. Now we have it under what? Extract. I seen it. We now have it under what? Extract. Now length. Who can remember what this length is supposed to do for us in Excel? I'm moving on it. Who can remember what this length is doing for us? We did it in Excel also. Who can remember? Who remember? Who can tell me the function name in Excel and also what it does? Len. Yes. Now, what does it do? It will return the number of characters in a cell. Yes. So the same thing in Excel, we call it as len, but here it has it as what? As length. So it says what? Return the length of the text in the selected columns. Are you seeing it? Return the length of the text. It's just help us. It's just counting the number of characters that we have inside this column. Then just return it for us. Are you seeing it? Okay. Now let me do this. Length. So now I did it now for us to see. I did it under the transform tab. Now my product category can't be found any longer. I told you that if you do any cleaning up you do inside the transform tab, it's going to do it for you inside that column. Now you can see it. I no longer have what my Miss Electronics meant any longer because I did it in what in the transform tab. Let me cancel it out. It's back. Are you seeing it? But if you should do it under the add column is going to open up a new column for you and then return the value. Are you seeing it? It's going to return the value of what you just did inside a new column. Are you seeing it? There's a difference between those two tabs. So we also have first characters. That one is like that's Excel left. First characters from the beginning. Then tell it how many characters should it start keeping for you from the left hand side. If you say 3, then we should know we are going to have what? MIS written out. We're going to have MIS because from the left hand side or from the right. What was it? Is it left? Yes. The first characters, that's from the left hand side. I told you I want to extract 3 characters from those from the left hand side, then returning what? MIS for me. Are you seeing it? Then the same thing also for the right. Yes, we can move. Yes, we can move. Something like this. Let me show you. So now we just did MIS, right? Yes. So we can just let's click and drag. Just keep dragging until you get to where you want to place it. Move. Move. Yes. I want to place it here. You can see it, you can place it. You can move your columns. So yes. So the same thing also for the right, for the last character. That one is what? Excel right function. From the right hand side, how many characters do you want me to extract for you from the right hand side? You just give it how many the specified number, and it's going to extract it out for you. Then we now have range. Who can tell me what this range means? This range is more like Excel mid function. The range is more like Excel mid function. Hi. Okay. Range, starting index. Where should it start counting from? Let's just say from character 4. Character 4 is what? The character 4 is the hyphen. So yes, starting index from character 4. How many characters should it leave? Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, starting from character 4, extract 11 characters for me. You can see it. I actually counted for electronics and returning what electronics for me. So I told you that this one works like Excel mid function. A starting index and then what? Number of characters that should extract for us out. Then we also have the one that we can actually use. Text before delimiter and text after delimiter. Remember, Excel also text before and text after. So text before a delimiter, the text that is coming before a delimiter, help me extract it out. Then the text that is coming what? After a delimiter, extract it out for me. They will also have text between delimiters, something like this miss and mens that we have here now. I have two delimiters. I have hyphen here, I have hyphen here. If I want to have my original product category standing alone, I want to have it what? Standing alone. Now, the pathway here is that what? There's a prefix here and there's also a suffix. Now, what's separating the prefix and the suffix for my main character is what? This delimiter, the hyphen and the hyphen. So I can tell you that what? Okay, extract the text between delimiters for me. Now, what are those delimiters? The start delimiter is what? Hyphen. And the end delimiter is what? Hyphen also. Then I'll click on OK. Then I will have what? My original column out in the new city with no prefix and no suffix. I seen it. So you can do that also in this particular aspect. Are we getting it? I hope we are. Okay, so now you know what? I'm going to do this number column tomorrow because this one is more taxing. Let's work with dealing with date and time column. Dealing with what? Date and time column. So I said date and time column can be split, grouped, or formatted for time-based analysis. What if there are three delimiters and are different, e.g., boss minus? You can split the first one. When I said between delimiters, you must have a character, you must have values between two delimiters. You can see that the option they gave us is what? Two delimiters. So if you want to do this, we're either extracting the BUS1 separately. Are you getting it? Then putting the date also separate in another place. But I think we should have advanced options here. Yeah? But let's see if it actually accepts three delimiters. Where was I working with? Where is this column? Yes. So extract text between. Hold on. Okay. So now you can see it now. We actually do not have options of three delimiters. So what we can do in that aspect is you can either remove the BUS1. You can split it inside one column first and then split the date also in another place. Now the thing is, if you don't want to do it in that way, you can split them in different columns. The BUS stay in one place, the one stay in one place, 2030 stay in one place, and then you can now merge what you want to merge together. I've not actually gotten to merge. Let's say you want to have 2030, or I'm not really sure if I'm actually explaining what you want to understand. But if I'm to understand what you just wrote, we have BUS1 standing alone, then underscore 2030, then -3/2023. Is that a date or how is it written exactly? If it is a date, then you need to extract these characters that doesn't align with the date. This BUS1, they need to go somewhere else for Power Query to see this 2030 as a date. Alfred, please help us to clarify. Registration number. Is this how all of them are written, or is just this one that is written like that? Registration numbers can be different. Some of them have underscore as their delimiter. So they are different. Okay, what's the common arrangement of the registration number? What's the common arrangement of the registration number? How is it actually supposed to be for us to know how we're going to split or how we're going to merge them back together? Okay, there's no problem. You can share it in the group. Okay, so I wanted to work with date column. Yes, let's work with that one fast. Now, this is it. You can drop it in the group, Alfred. It's locked. Okay, I'll open it now. Don't worry. I'll open it now. Okay, so now look at this column that is called a date. I tried something at the beginning when I just imported in this data that, this data now is supposed to be a date format. And changing this data type here to date, the normal way of changing it now, changing it to date. But now if you look at it, it is giving me error. The date is what? Giving me error. Now, the reason being is that most of the dates, they are not in the same date format. Or they are not in the same date. For this date function or this data type to actually pick all of them as a data type like that, all of them should be under the same umbrella. They must all be of the same format. Format in the sense that what? Is it that they are arranged as what? Year, month, and day? Or they are arranged as what? Year, day, and month? Or they are having what? Day, month, and year? Or month, day, and year? That particular format, they must all follow that same format. Is it that they are picking year, month, and day? Everything should be what? Year, month, and day. If you should, let me give you a tip. If once you get to SQL data format or SQL date format, the accepted date format in SQL is year, month, and date. Anything outside that format, SQL is not going to accept it as a date. So now the same thing also applies here. For a date, for this particular column, for it not to return error back for me, I must make sure that what? They are all picking what? The same date format. So I'm going to cancel out this step I just did now. I need to check. What is the date format? Is it day, month, and year? Or is it month, day, and year? That's one. Before we can actually change it, we need to check the date format that this date is actually on. Is it day, month, and year? Or is it month, day, and year? Now, if you look at it, we have it as day, month, and year. 24 is not a month. So the arrangement, the filling out here is what? Day first, followed by month, followed by year. I seen it. Day first, followed by month, followed by year. Now, what we're going to do here is that what? We are going to pick a region that actually accepts day, month, and year as the date format. Are you getting me? For this particular date column to actually work, for you not to return error back from me, I told you, we need to check the format that this date is on. Is it day, month, and year? Is it month, day, and year? For you to actually, because if you look at my other table, let's look at this column here. Look at this column here. We have it as what? Month, day, and year. Everything is in what? Month, day, and year. Are you getting it? So we need to make sure that what? The format is correct. So what we have here is what? Day, month, and year. So now I told you that what? We need to pick a region that what? Accepts day, month, and year. And since I've worked with data set before, the region that actually accepts day, month, and year is Nigeria. Either by using Nigeria Fulani, or by using Nigeria Edo, or by using Nigeria Igbo, or Nigeria Yoruba, anyone. Now, how do we go about that? I'm going to click on this ABC. That's the data type options. I'm not going to click on anyone here. Not anyone here. I'm going to come down here to using locally. I'm going to use what? Using locally. So I'm giving it the option of what? Changing the data type by myself. So now what I want to change here is what? Date. I want to change the data type of what? Of date. So I'm going to change it to date. Now I have to choose what? The locally that it accepts. Now if you look at the sample, United States. United States is accepting what? Month, day, and year. If you look at it, the United States is accepting what? Month, day, and year as it was, as a type. So, but this is not actually how most of my data are written. This is not actually how my data is written. So I have to come back here to this locally and pick a region that actually accepts that word, day, month, and year. So now I told you that we have it as well. We have the one I actually know is Nigeria Fulani, Nigeria Edo. I'm going to come down and look for it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Ash. Where's the in? Come in. Hold on, you need to check on. If this other ones also accept it, you can change it. But the one I don't want to just stress myself. I'm not going to pick the one that actually works. Where's the Nigeria? Okay, let's scroll up the test. Let's see. Okay, see Edo, Nigeria. Yes. So if you come here to Edo, Nigeria, now look at the sample input, look at the preview of how the date here is written. You have it as what? Day coming first, followed by month, followed by year. I see it. Now, if I should just click on OK now, my data type is going to be corrected. So you can see it. So now we can use locally to change the date manually. Okay, so let me do it again for people that didn't get it. So I told you we're trying to change the data type of this column here. Do you understand? Now the data type here or the date format here is not the normal one is what? Month, day, and year, which is the Microsoft date time code. Month coming first, followed by day, followed by month. But the arrangement of my date here is not month, day, and year. So if I should just change it here to date, it's going to pick the Microsoft date time code. That's months coming first. And if you look at it, most of the ones that is actually going through is the one that is having 3, 12, that's having 1 to 12 starting first. That's just picking as what? As month. So I need to make sure everything is correct. I have to check what? The format that my date is written in. And I've checked it. We have it as what? Day, month, and year. Are you getting it? So I'm going to come down here to my ABC. I'm going to use locally. Are you seeing it? Then I'm going to change what I want to, the data type I'm working with, which is what? Date. Open up. My data type, I'm working with date here. Then the type. Are you seeing it? You can see the sample input that we have here. This is United States. United States is supposed to accept what? Month, or it's not supposed, it's accepting month, date, and time, which is still what? The Microsoft date time code that we have. But if we click on OK here now, we're still going to be having error in our data set. So we need to make sure we have what? A particular locally that is accepting what? Day coming first, followed by month, followed by year. So as we know we're using what? Edo, Nigeria. So let us come here. Edo. Who was that person that said Casablanca? I said this thing is supposed to embarrass me. But I refuse to be embarrassed. So Edo, Nigeria. I see now if you look at the preview, you can see how it is saying it as day coming first. Day, the month, followed by what? Followed by year. Then you click on OK. Now we're now having what? The correct data type. I seen it. Now from here now we can now extract the month name, the day name, the week number, the month number, the year, the quarter, different things. Since what? We now have the correct date format in our column. Are we getting it? Okay. So I'm going to send this data set back to us for us to practice with. Where is this group? I'm going to send this data set for us to practice with against tomorrow's class. Emmanuel, why are you telling me I? So I'm going to send the data set for us to practice against tomorrow's class. Let us practice. Okay. So now to know that from tomorrow now we're going to start with the number column. I'm going to start with what? The number column and more of what? The date, since we have not really done much on it. Okay. I'm going to stop sharing. Any question? Emmanuel said yes. Okay. What's the question? Manuel, what's your question? Raise your hand now. Where is it? I'm not raising hands. You know there are many Emmanuel in this class. Okay. You can unmute.
Hello, good evening, madam.
Good evening.
Okay, so I just realized that it's that you did. All of them did not change. I could see some of them are still starting from day, month, and others are also starting from the month and date. If you can project the
No.
share the screen again.
This is it. What we're trying to do is that the arrangement of this. Okay, hold on. Let me just show my screen again. Share screen. Excel or Microsoft date time code. The way dates is stored inside Microsoft date time code is what? Months coming first, followed by
Okay,
day, followed by what?
okay,
Followed by year. Are you getting it?
okay,
But if you look at
okay,
the data set that we have, the data set that we imported in, the format is not in month, day, and year. The format was in day,
yeah, I understand
month,
that, but
and year.
if you check the first one on the
This
row
first
one,
one.
yes,
Uh-huh.
it's giving you month, day, and year.
And it
That's
has
where I'm.
arranged it to the original part, the way it's supposed to see it, which is what? Month, day, and year. Microsoft datetime code is accepting what? Month coming first, followed by day, followed by year. Are you
Okay,
getting it? So we need to just pick how the original the data set is, for you to know that okay, this is how my data set is actually stored. It is not
okay,
stored in the original Microsoft month,
okay. So
day,
my
and year.
understanding was you were
What
doing
is doing,
day.
Abi?
Sorry.
Continue.
So I was saying my understanding was you're doing day, month, and a year. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's the understanding I got.
Yeah.
But with the first one that is showing, I just I was confused, kind of.
Yeah. So the thing is, if I should store, if I just store that original column to dates without using locally, are you getting it? Most of the dates is not written the way Microsoft sees dates. Do you understand? So we need to tell it how that date is stored, which is
Okay,
what? Day, month, and year. For you to now help us to what? Store it the original part, which is what? Month, day, and year. It's just
okay,
rearranging it for us.
all
You
right,
understand? Okay.
okay, all right. Thank
Exactly.
you.
You're welcome. Okay. Alfred. Alfred, you can unmute.
Okay, good evening. Okay, I shared some
You have shared it in the group, Abi.
something on the group.
Yeah, sure. Check it.
Okay, so maybe you can answer now, probably.
Let me just check it out first. Because I want to do,
Okay.
I actually have stuff to do now. I'll check it out and drop the response to you in the group. No worry. I'll check it out and drop it in the group. You guys miss fasting, right? I want to sleep. I need my beauty to sleep. Sachi. Sachi, on mute though.
Yeah, hello. Can I have your head?
Good evening.
Yeah, good. Thanks for the awesome class. But I think the point of someone who spoke before the other guy is still there. I thought you were saying that you can change the date format to the format of your taste, and you went through that process. But if you check what you did, the first row, you will still see that the return output is in, I guess, months. Sorry, yeah, I think so. This is like months, day before the year.
But the way I explained it back to him now, they have understood. This is a Microsoft tool, the Power Query, or we have it inside Power Query or inside Power BI. Power Query is inside Power BI. I get it. This is a Microsoft tool. The way date is stored inside here is what? Months coming first, followed by day, followed by month. Now, if I should just change my date inside that data type format there to date to just date, most of those dates they are not stored in that particular format. Do you understand? So I need to tell it
Okay.
how my date is stored for it to help me change it into what? The original Microsoft date time code. Because if you look at it, after using locally now, we now have it as what? 03/15/2023, right? Now that one it has rearranged it to what? Month, followed by day, followed by what? Followed by month. Are you getting it? So using local is just giving, it's just telling that what? This is how my date is stored. So help me store it in the Microsoft date time code. For me not to have what? For me not to have errors. The search is still there. Search is still there.
Oh, okay.
Or just giving
Oh,
it, we're just telling it ahead that
okay.
okay, this is how
All
my
right.
date is stored. So help me store
Yeah,
it in the date time code.
it is
Understand?
there.
Okay.
Okay. So my last one, can I be heard?
Yes, partially,
Hello?
but yes, I can hear you.
All right. So as we do the cleaning or transformation of data here, in the original data set, does it automatically
No.
store the clean data?
Nope.
It doesn't.
No,
Oh, okay. All right.
it
Thank you.
doesn't. Yeah. Please drop your questions in the group. Your tutor wants to go and rest. Just drop it in the group, or you can just hold it tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to end the class here. Thank you very much. Good night.